let's celebrate and recognize our successes, no matter how small they are. So just get into momentum, and sports people talk about it, about winning attitude, winning mindset.
What impact does corporate culture have on employee well-being?
Corporate culture and employee well-being. I think it's a real misnomer to think that high performance is about working hard. So you say to a lot of sports people, what do you need to perform better? And they say more time out, busy schedule. I need to relax more, think more about my game. I need to have more ice baths. No one ever says more ice baths. But I need to take more time out. Need to recover better. That's what they say. But you speak to business people and say, how do you get more done? And they say, oh, I need more hours in a day, an extra pair of hands. That's what they say. I actually think that corporate culture and well-being is about finding what balanced performance looks like. So you can relax and you can be restful and be mindful of your energy and where you spend time, and actually get more done. It's not about pedaling fast. It's not about more hours in the day. Last year, I think in the UK, we saved 80 million hours in commute time. I bet you everyone worked it. It's estimated for every 50 minutes you spend at your computer, you can lose up to 20% concentration. And lots of people are spending lots of time at their computer. So I think it may sound a bit of a paradox, but counterintuitive. But to get more done, we need to take more time out. So sharpen our axe, create a better perspective, create a little bit of time and space to think about not just what we're doing, but more importantly, how we're doing it and what it's resulting in. And that to me is a good culture. That culture that creates time and space, allows people better self-awareness, to allow them to understand what balanced performance looks like. So well-being and culture are all about having enough breaks to look at ourselves with good personal introspection and just work out the performance that we are currently enjoying, is it healthy?
As businesses look towards the future, what are your top tips for managing corporate change?
Managing corporate change, simplicity is key, particularly in a world as complicated, uncertain, unpredictable, as this one. So I think simplicity is key. Let's keep some real clarity around what we're seeking to achieve and create. So I think business metrics are particularly hard to understand. The reason why sports people play so well together, a sports team, is because everyone understands what winning looks like. There's a real simplicity in winning a game of football. You score one more goal than the other people, you win. So it doesn't matter what language you speak. It doesn't matter what religion you are or what culture. Everyone in a football team knows how to win a game of football. The problem we got in business is that we don't really know what winning looks like. But I want to win in my area because that way I'm safe. I want to win in my area because that way I can get promoted or look good. But to understand the simplicity of what we're trying to achieve and create together is really important at the moment, particularly as people become more disparate and disconnected. I think having purpose is very important as an organization. And I always say that purpose maximization will always drive profit maximization. There's so many companies with mission statements, but so very few on a mission. So passion is a significant multiplier of human performance. Let's get more passionate. Let's build organizations which are more purposeful and create something which is sustainably successful, which is relevant to the communities and societies that we want moving forwards in a world which has been disrupted in the way in which it has been. I think the third thing for you, so simplicity of goals, purpose, but as I call out another one, sense of community. So many organizations will be bureaucracies, that's what they'll be, and have a rigidity of structure. I think there's never been a better time to understand the principle that communities outperform bureaucracies and hierarchies when it comes to maximizing human talent. So the more fluidity, the more open-mindedness we can have in the way in which we engage our teams, build our teams, and we start to recruit not for cultural fit, but for cultural contribution. people to come in, share, argue, debate, and find their way in an organization, the better. So flexibility is key. And if you think, if the world is going to reveal itself to us, I don't know what the opportunities will quite be yet, and where the threats may be. We need to be able to deploy resource and capability to opportunity as it unfolds. And we can't do that if we are bureaucratic and hierarchical. You know, the more flexible we can be and more malleable we can be in our setup and the way in which we deploy our talent, the better.
What are your top tips for engaging a demotivated workplace team?
If you've got demotivated colleagues or people you manage and lead, I think a couple of things you can do. Choose some easy wins. So do some easy stuff. Small plus small plus small equals big. So let's do small. So let's celebrate and recognize our successes, no matter how small they are. So just get into momentum, and sports people talk about it, about winning attitude, winning mindset based upon momentum. Got a few wins under our belt, it's easier to win some more. So let's choose some easy wins and celebrate them, recognize them, allow people to feel good about what they're achieving and creating. Second thing is you are more likely to be motivated in a team. So let's get people together more. Let's connect and be more human-led as a team of people. Let's ask some better questions of each other. Some really good questions are things like, ask your colleagues, what have you discovered this week? People get chatting and talking and get personal as well. You know, I've discovered I can put my 3-year-old to bed and they stay there. And we found out a bit about them now. It's motivational because we feel connected. Someone says, well, I've discovered that I can now sell this product again. People are buying it. They've got budget. That's motivational. So let's ask some better questions rather than where are you on this project? And where are you with these numbers? Let's ask, what have you discovered this week? What surprised you this week? That's a great question, by the way, Megan. What surprised you this week? What have you learned this week? What are you enjoying at the moment? Because all of these sort of questions are not necessarily based upon success and failure. They're based upon our ability to be better. So you can lose and learn nothing. You can lose and learn something. You can win and learn nothing. So although you might be demotivated because you feel like you're losing and you're picking up the phone and no one's buying, you might be finding out lots about the marketplace, about the competition, about yourself. So that in itself should be celebrated and can be motivational because we're still making progress, even though it doesn't feel like that against our metrics. So, I think that, let's ask some better questions of each other and get connected. And let's be a team of people moving in a particular direction and expressing ourselves and allowing each other to be themselves in the context of our team. And the third thing I'll give you for motivation is be careful of comparatives. So one mistake that people make with success is that they compare themselves to other people. So they'll compare themselves to their next door neighbor, which I mustn't do. My next door neighbor is incredibly successful. Just make me feel bad. So don't compare yourself to someone you went to school with. Don't compare yourself to your next door neighbor, someone else in your office. Success is the accomplishment of goals which are personal to the individual, so fulfilling our own potential. But it's the same in business. Let's not look to where we were last year or what's happening in the marketplace. Let's understand who we are and what we can achieve from the position we are in at the moment, and where we are making headway, and where there is progress, where there is learning, and where there is development, where there is better understanding. So not everything that counts is counted. And I think that if we're demotivated, let's have a look at some of the things that are probably being left unrecognized, which are personal to us, and which we can maybe take forwards and contextualize to allow us a greater springboard towards success.
What is your best piece of advice for businesses in need of a corporate turnaround?
Best piece of advice for, I think, employ me to come in and do your turnaround. Am I allowed that one?
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Okay. Or if I was being more sensible and you wanted someone more sensible, then I would look to drive change from the inside out. That's what I would do. So I think the best change happens by motivating people, or allowing people to motivate themselves is probably a better way of putting it. Allowing people to motivate themselves towards making that change, cascading and coaching it from the inside out. So people support what they help to create. It's a really important point there. The best way to get someone to accept an idea is for them to believe it was their own. So let's co-author and co-create transition, transformation, and change. Let's debate and discuss it internally. Let's find some people who get it, passionate about it, believe in it. Let's mobilize them and give them some tools and permission to drive change from the inside out. So, and again, it probably comes back to this bit about peer responsibility, and peer coaching. I think it's easier for their colleagues to be helping show individuals who they work with the way forwards in an organization, and for a leader to say, this is what you should be doing. So if you want to drive commitment rather than compliance, then people need to believe it, buy into it, and want to sponsor it further.